I am so excited to talk about what we're going to be talking about today. And I have something that is going to help you unlock your unique gifts even more. So we're going to be touching a bit on your unique gifts, hi Sage, and unlocking your unique gifts in unexpected and amazing and empowering ways, okay? This stuff totally changed my life, and I've been waiting a while to be able to share this with you, especially in the first part. So basically what I'm going to be talking about is how you can unlock your unique gifts, and this is so that you can, I'm like trying to catch my breath. This is so that you can live your most aligned, most authentic, most successful life. This is so that you can activate the universal law of Dharma. I've talked about it in a video before. The universal law of Dharma is a law that states when you are living in alignment to your authenticity, when you are sharing your unique gifts and you're embracing those gifts, the universe opens paths to success and abundance for you that weren't previously available. So when you unlock your gifts, not only is it incredibly empowering and amazing for you, but if you are a leader, if you are inspired to help other people, this is going to help you inspire other people. And it's as simple as being yourself. It's once you remember your unique gifts and you remember your truth, it becomes the easiest job in the world and the most helpful because you're helping this world. And I've been working hard on something. Not like hard, like laboring and efforting. It's more so been like just very inspired and very excited about what I'm creating. That is a guide. It's a free guide that is going to help you unlock and uncover your unique gifts even more. So that's super duper exciting. And I'm going to be sharing about how you can access that guide at the end of this. I'm going to be talking a little bit about it. Here's a sneak peek. I'm on my computer. Hi, Haley. This is what the guide, this is the first page of the guide. I'm basically using it as a reference as I'm going live because we're going to touch on some points from this guide. And it's basically 3 ways that you can unlock your unique gifts. And it's just really exciting, really empowering stuff. And I'm going to share about how this has changed and transformed my life and sharing a little bit about how you can unlock it. But ultimately, you'll have the link, you'll have the guide, and that's for free. It's for everyone. And it's super exciting, super empowering. And something funny is my partner, it's very funny because my partner really doesn't like social media, really. It's not his thing. He also isn't crazy about the content that I share. He doesn't really resonate so much with it. And it makes sense because he's not who I want to be like helping and inspiring. No offense, I want to help everybody, right? But he's not looking to be an entrepreneur. He's fine where he's at, right? Which is great. Usually not a fan of what I create, but when I showed him this, he loved it. And he kept saying that he loved it. And I'm like, really? Because it's like, I don't need your approval, but it's super cool that you find it helpful. So if he finds it helpful, I'm sure anybody can find it helpful. And that's the main point of why I created it. Like, it's to be fun, it's to inspire, it's to empower, and like, just feel amazing and live your best life, So let's get into this and let's have some fun. So it's 3 ways, right? 3 parts to uncovering your unique gifts. And I'm going to just be touching a little bit from the guide and pulling from the guide, but it's not going to be the whole thing. That'll be your opportunity to go and download it for yourself. So the first part of this guide, which is kind of my favorite part, is a very unique way to uncover your unique gifts in an unexpected way, but also a really powerful way. So I remember I've had I've had several business coaches, right? But one of my first business coaches, I was in her program and she was talking about how our gifts can actually be found in the criticisms that we used to receive when we were younger. Like, I'm talking criticisms as a kid. And they could be criticisms that you might receive now, but these criticisms actually hold our gifts. Isn't that freaking awesome? I'm going to share some examples. And this has been like really, really game-changing for me. So one of the criticisms that I heard as a child, which may or may not surprise you, is that I'm too loud. You know, I have a loud voice. A very loud voice. I project. It's a family thing. I think it's genetics, but it's also like one of my gifts, being too loud. But I didn't always see it that way. And I remember getting yelled at by the bus driver because I was being too loud and disruptive on the bus. I think that I specifically triggered my bus driver for whatever reason, but that really led me to like toning myself down. People thinking and saying, wow, you're too loud. That really led to me dimming my light and not embracing this unique gift that I have and being more quiet, you know, as quiet as I can be. That's what I was, and I was trying to be as small as I could make myself because that was more convenient for everybody else, right? Years later though, when I'm like uncovering my unique gifts and I'm like, wait, this is actually my gift. This isn't a bad thing. This is something that makes me unique, and this is how I get to change the world, is by sharing my voice. And people like listen. Not everybody's gonna listen, but people listen, and because I have a loud voice, I get to share my messages. I get to communicate. I get to change the world in that way, and it's a really incredible gift. And now you would be like, you used to quiet yourself down? That's crazy, because if you go to I play Ultimate Frisbee every Wednesday. It's gonna end soon, but you should hear me on the field. People, it's a big park that we play in, and some of the members are like, I found the field because I heard your voice, like across from the park. And maybe that's another benefit of being too loud, is that people find you. People can hear you. People find you. And you get to inspire other people to be loud because, I don't know, I like to think that the Frisbee field is a little bit louder because I embrace this gift of mine. And I used to be really quiet on the field. Not really quiet, but I used to tone myself down and think to myself, oh no, I'm being too annoying, which is another criticism I'm going to talk about. I'm being annoying, I'm bothering other people, I'm taking up too much space, all of that stuff. And it's like, bullshit. Actually, it's bullshit. It's one of your gifts. You're meant to be taking up space. You're meant to be speaking when the opportunity presents itself. And be yourself. Be loud, because other people are going to see that and be inspired and be like, hey, if she's giving herself permission to scream like crazy on the Ultimate Frisbee field, maybe I have permission to do the same. And it's really cool. Too loud? That's my gift, baby sister. And maybe it's your gift too. So another one is, I'm going to get to, okay, we'll do the annoying one. So I have been told by so many people that I am annoying, especially as a kid, and my cousins and people at school, you know, like I was the annoying kid. And to me, annoying kind of means inconvenient, right? Like, that's kind of like too much or something like that. But in my perspective, now that I've reclaimed that annoying part, is I spark things in other people. And when we spark or trigger other people, it's not like I'm necessarily doing it on purpose, right? Like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out and trigger you. It's just me being myself. And as I've been healing and growing through my triggers, they're really just activated because it's like, hey, look at this thing. Like, you're on your healing journey. Maybe not everybody is, but I'm on my healing journey. And when I'm triggered or activated, my body and the universe is telling me, hey, there's something to look at here. Like, there's something bubbling up to the surface that's ready to be released, but usually it comes out as a trigger and it's activated, and that allows me to look at it and be present with it and be like, okay, what is this trying to teach me? So, as a as a human who is labeled as annoying or critiqued as annoying, I think of that as like, I'm here to spark healing and growth in other people. I'm here to help them see things that maybe they didn't see before. You know, when I'm my unadulterated self, who, you know, I'm a silly person. I'm out there, like, when I'm with my people, I'm like extra crazy, and you know who you are if you've seen that side of me, right? And if other people are annoyed and triggered by that, I think that that's a gift. Like, I'm giving you, it's not my job to help other people heal, but when we're inconvenient in other people's lives, it's kind of a gift. It is a gift that allows them to look at that thing. Why? Maybe it's an opportunity for them to ask themselves, why am I triggered right now? What is coming up for me right now? What is the opportunity that I can heal and grow from that this person is showing me? And those opportunities wouldn't exist if I wasn't myself, if I didn't embrace this annoying, inconvenient side of me, because it's how I kind of help other people heal in a way. Just by being myself. I'm not trying to heal other people. I'm not trying to trigger other people. It's just, I think that when someone calls you annoying, this is another thing too. When someone calls you annoying and they're annoyed by that, it's sparking something that has been repressed in them. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. It's not up to me to determine what's going on with you. It's just up to me to focus on myself and my journey and what feels good for me. Maybe that's being crazy out there. Right? But I think that when other people are annoyed, that is when they are present to something that they have repressed, a quality that they have been told that has been unlovable. Like these criticisms that I'm listing right now, right? These are criticisms in ways that we've kind of rejected in ourselves because other people have been told that it's not lovable, right? I toned myself down because being too loud was not a good thing, in my opinion. So I toned myself down and I kind of changed who I was. So when I'm too loud, maybe it triggers other people who kind of have toned themselves down, if that makes sense. It's not up to me to judge or figure that out for someone else. That's just, I believe, what happens when people think that other people are being annoying. And it is what it is, you know? But if people have called you annoying in the past, it's an absolute gift. It really is, because you are a catalyst for healing and growth. And that is how you help change the world, is just by being your pure, unadulterated self, who maybe acts crazy sometimes, or is too loud or too much or too silly or whatever. Let those people judge, let those people say whatever they want to say, but you're here to show them something, to show them your gifts and be who you are and help them be present to what is happening inside them. Otherwise, if nobody was annoying and we were all like trying to fit into this box, it would just be like, okay, just be boring. Vanilla ice cream. I just don't like vanilla ice cream. Sorry. Okay. Let's do the next one. This is the last one that I'm going to be talking about. Hopefully that made sense. When I'm going live, I kind of like black out. Because I'm trying to be as present as possible. Alright, that's a secret. That's a secret I just shared with you. Number 3 for the criticisms, and then we're going to move on to the next part. The next criticism that I received a lot as a child and even as an adult is that I'm too sensitive. And I heard this one a lot from my parents. And it's like too sensitive because I would express my emotions a lot. And, you know, if I was sad, I would feel those feelings. And I think for a little bit, I tried to repress those feelings. And I tried to be a tougher person or like a thicker skinned person. And, you know, I am resilient, but I'm also sensitive. And I've heard that those two things can live in harmony together. And something that is so incredible about sensitivity and how it is actually a gift is that it means that you're an empathetic person. Like, you're an empathetic person who cares, who feels their feelings and feels their emotions and wears your heart on your sleeve. And it's such a beautiful thing. And chances are, if you're a sensitive person like me, maybe you find a lot of connection through vulnerability. Maybe part of your gift and part of your superpower is sharing vulnerably and connecting with other people in that way, which is so incredibly beautiful. So reclaiming this part of me allows me to just be myself, and if I feel like crying, I'm going to cry. If I feel like being angry, I will express that in a healthy way. I will do my best to do that and, you know, feel those feelings, because feelings are really meant to be felt, and it's a beautiful thing. And also when we embrace our sensitivity, we are also giving other people permission and inspiration and permission to feel their feelings. Like, it's okay. Oh, if they're feeling their feelings, maybe it's okay for me to feel mine. And that's where the healing is, you know, and how we kind of feel it and then we let it go. Whereas when I was repressing that stuff because I was told that I was too sensitive, it just lived in my body, and it was like, yeah, repressed and resisted. And what we resist persists. So being sensitive, I believe, is like a very beautiful thing. And being open and vulnerable and wearing your heart on your sleeve, I think, is a very beautiful thing. And it was very empowering for me when I remember this for myself. So something I love, this is a table in the guide that I'm about to share with you. This is a table that lists the criticisms, even more criticisms than the ones that I just listed, and also the corresponding gift. And what I love about this is, like, it's like the ultimate tool of reclamation, because it's like, not only are these things, like, I used to feel bad about these things, but actually they're my gift, and it's how I unlock those gifts is by reclaiming these parts of me and, like, being whole again, right? Like, oh, that's actually something that I can embrace now, that I can love now. Because it's not always, it's kind of impossible to embrace the things that we're getting criticized or judged for when we're kids, because it's like, I just need to focus on my survival, especially if you're getting criticisms from your parents. It's like, we're survival-based humans, right? Like, these people, your parents or your guardians, are responsible for your survival. So it's like, you got to do what you can do to survive. But now that we're adults, we get to reclaim this stuff and be like, yo, this actually wasn't a negative thing about me. This is like what makes me unique and awesome, and how I get to change this world. It's so beautiful, and I love it. And I had a really fun time creating it too. Okay, we're going to move on to the second part, which is in unlocking our gifts, right? Is remembering and knowing and practicing what comes most natural to us. You know, what do I just love doing that feels exciting and energizing, and it just feels like I'm having fun, and time doesn't exist when I'm doing this thing and when I'm being this thing. And some of these things can include writing or speaking, creativity, self-expression, authenticity, leadership. These are things that maybe we've even forgotten about, you know, and it takes having to like remember. This is kind of a guide to help you remember, because as a human, I believe that we just forget. It's just a pattern of remembering and forgetting and remembering and forgetting. And this is a helpful reminder to help you of what's already within you, but maybe you forgot about, right? So I'm going to talk about one of mine, and a question that made me realize that this was one of my gifts was like, did you receive any awards or recognition in school? It's like elementary, middle, high, college, any recognitions or awards outside of school, any of that. And I remember one of my most excited accomplishments and unexpected was when I was in my senior year of high school. I was in an English AP class. I really pushed myself really hard in school. And yeah, was really just pushing in school and like working really hard in school. And in my senior year, I remember getting an award for writing. In my AP writing class, I got the Excellence Award, which is like the best award that you can get, and I totally thought it was going to go to my friend, and she's amazing at writing as well, like obviously, of course. So when I got it, I was like, whoa. You know, I think sometimes when you compare yourself, this is also comparing yourself, but when you compare yourself to other people, maybe you're like, oh, she has that thing, but I don't have that thing. When it's like, no, many of us have these gifts, and it's just like different because we're each different. And me discovering that writing was one of my gifts was like, whoa, that's really exciting, because words are so powerful. And I returned to my love of writing by journaling through How to Do the Work, a book by Dr. Nicole LaPera, which is like how I started on my healing journey. It's an incredible book. I recommend it. And now I journal almost every day, and I love writing, and I love being creative in like my captions, if you ever see or read through captions on my posts. And I send emails to my email list, and it's like so fun. And this was also, creating this guide was a really fun and exciting opportunity for me to share one of my gifts, right? So maybe your gift is also writing, and words are just so powerful, and it's how we communicate and learn and share our ideas and help and inspire other people. And there are so many other gifts in here that maybe you just need a reminder, because it took me to start journaling to remember. I really love writing. I really enjoy it. And maybe some of your gifts include writing or speaking or being creative and having art, like arts, like if you're artsy and you love creating projects and like aesthetics and you love drawing or painting or creating music or expressing yourself, like dyeing your hair, or I used to wear glitter all the time. I really want to get back to that. And having like colorful nails and like fashion and just being yourself is also a gift. Like authenticity is in here because you being yourself is an absolute gift. And leadership as well. Like chances are, if you are seeing this, I have a little hunch that your gift is to be a leader. Especially if you've been on this journey and you've been thinking to yourself, oh, I want to start my own business, I want to be an entrepreneur. Like, this is an opportunity for you to step and claim that gift of yours, because people really do need it. People are waiting for someone to help them on their journey, and I've had so many people help me because they stepped into their role and they claimed that gift of leadership. And yeah, it's something to think about. And once you go through the guide, chances are you're not limited to one gift in here. You can have as many of these as you want. It's just whatever feels right for you, and it's about making time for doing more of that. Alrighty, Roo. We're getting to the last part here, and the last part is using journal prompts to help you unlock your gifts even more. It's more open-ended. It's more like going inwards and taking your time and thinking, but not too much time. Sometimes when we answer journal prompts, we get really stuck in our head. So it's like, just allow it to flow when you're going through the guide. Grab a piece of paper or pen, maybe colorful pens if that feels fun to you, or stickers or something like that. And go through these questions and make time for these. So one of the questions on here, and it's a fun little exercise, is creating on a blank piece of paper 2 columns. So you got on the left a list of your current or past role models, people that you admire, that you were inspired by, that you like. And on the right is going to be qualities that they have, that they possess, that you admire. What do you like about that person? Why do you like them? And I'm going to share some of mine. So my first role model ever was Lizzie McGuire, even though I don't really remember the show very much. I just know that she was a really, really cool lady, really like authentic and genuine and funny and silly, and yeah, she loved singing. She was a little bit scared. Oh my gosh. Okay, now it's coming to me. In the Lizzie McGuire movie, she's like terrified to go on stage, right? She's terrified to put herself out there, but she actually does it. And that's so inspiring to me. So I'll name a couple more of the role models, but here's a little hint, sneakies, is the qualities that you list in that right column are actually qualities that are within you. Okay? Other people are only mirrors. Okay? So whatever you see in someone else, you see it because it's already within you. Otherwise, you wouldn't see it. You wouldn't notice it in the first place. It's already within you. So the qualities, the gifts that you see in other people are gifts that you possess as well. And it helps to look at it in this way, as like it's someone else and what they have, and then seeing it in another perspective. So another person that I love, this is one of my current role models, is Lizzo. I love Lizzo. To me, she's so badass. She's so fucking cool. She's authentic and vulnerable and brave and talented, and I love her songs, and she has that I don't give a fuck energy, and I love it. I love it so much. And I think those are some of my gifts. They are some of my gifts as well. You know, just being myself, you know? badass energy, just doing whatever I love, whatever I want, and inspiring other people, right? She's so inspiring and empowering. And because I see that in her, they're in me too. Another person I love is Paris Hilton, and I think she's very misunderstood. And she's actually a very strong and resilient person. She's gone through a lot. If you've read her memoir, you would be like, whoa. She's gone through a lot, and she's a very resilient person. She's very open and powerful and vulnerable, and also so kind and so sweet. And she is very thoughtful with the way that she treats other people. Like, if you see her just being herself, right? Obviously, reality shows are curated and produced, but I like to think that, like, she's showing herself on there. Like, that's who she is, and I love that. And she's also a sensitive person, right? And those gifts, I see those things in her because they're in me too. So this is a really fun exercise when you're going through the guide, is taking whatever inspiration comes to you, like who you love and who you really resonate with, because those people and those qualities, those are within you too. It's very empowering. It's not separate from you. It's like, I think when I used to compare myself to other people, it's like, well, if they have that thing, then that means that I can't have it. And it's like, no, we can have all of the things. There's not a limit to gifts. There's not a limit to what makes you unique and amazing and incredible. Like, you can have things that other people have as well. When one of my first coaches was like, she was saying, one of my gifts is writing and the written word and the power of written word and speaking and all that thing. And I'm like, but if she has those things, then I guess that I can't. And it's like, no, actually I have those things too. It's very exciting, very cool, very empowering stuff. And I love this guide because this guide, the intentions are obviously to have fun while you're working through it and feel empowered and discover your gifts in unexpected and inspiring ways, but it's also to remember, right? And why I love to connect with my inner child is because that's like who I am. When we're children and we are uncompromised, pure, unadulterated, it's before all the programming, before we're told who you're meant to be and who you're supposed to be and what's right and what's wrong and what's good and what's bad. That's like who we are, is our younger little kid selves. That's who we are. That's the essence of us. And those little kids didn't shy away from sharing their gifts. So a lot of these questions are meant to unlock some of those qualities and some of those gifts that you once possessed as a child that maybe you forgot about. You know, life is busy. It gets in the way, and sometimes you just need a friendly reminder. And that's kind of what this is about, is remembering and reclaiming those qualities and those gifts and becoming whole and confident and loving yourself and accepting yourself. It's really beautiful. I'm very proud of it. I am. Let's see. I have some notes. Something that is also so cool about when you reclaim these gifts, and I've mentioned it before, but when you reclaim these gifts, you also inspire other people. Because imagine if nobody remembered what their gifts were, it wouldn't be reflected to anybody else. Everybody else would be having a hard time remembering, right? But when you remember and you embrace and you share your gifts, you also inspire other people and you help other people. And it's a really beautiful thing. We're getting to the end here. Let's do this. We went a little bit over. That's okay. If you are interested at all in this free guide, it's called unlocking your unique gifts. And this guide is really fun, really awesome. It's free, which is awesome. And it's something that I'm really excited about and really proud to share. Like I said, my partner doesn't like my stuff and he loved this. So if you're interested at all, download this free guide. It's at the link in my bio. It's at lizziebeelove.com. You'll see the banner on the top, or you can DM me guide. DM me the word guide and I'll send it right to you. And then you'll be able to get started uncovering those unique gifts. And I'm really curious about what you uncover. Oh, I'm having deja vu right now. So let me know as you go through the guide how you experienced it, what you took away from it, what you liked about it, maybe what you didn't like about it. And also, what gifts did you uncover that were unexpected or make total sense now, or help you love yourself just a little bit more? I'm so curious to know. DM me any revelations or any unexpected reclamations of your gifts and your powers that you have, because I would love to hear. And I hope that you enjoy it. I hope you have a lot of fun with it, and I will see you next week. Tune in live at noon Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays on Instagram, and I will see you very soon. DM me guide if you want it though. Okay, bye.